The footage provided by the Bratstvo battalion captures a tense moment in the operation. At the start of the clip, a Ukrainian soldier steps out of a building, carefully puts on his helmet, and after waiting a few minutes, goes back inside. Moments later, he reappears carrying a 120mm mortar round. Looking up, he gives a slight nod toward the observing drone, signaling his readiness to act. Moving steadily and without sudden motions, the soldier approaches the entrance to a basement where, according to intelligence, a Russian occupier is hiding, one who has refused to surrender. Reaching the spot, he precisely tosses the mortar round inside and immediately retreats to a safe distance. Every move is executed with precision and composure, showcasing the soldier's high level of training and his ability to operate effectively under the watchful eyes of both the enemy and the drone's camera. These are first-person view shots that put us right in the heart of the action. The footage immediately draws attention to a large projectile firmly held in the soldier's hands as he receives the order to engage. Without wasting a moment, he advances toward the target, carefully closing in on the doorway. At the precise moment, with calculated accuracy, he throws the round inside and, without a second's hesitation, quickly retreats to a safe distance. New footage has been released by the aerial bombing unit of the Svoboda Battalion, 4th Brigade of Ukraine's National Guard. The video shows a Ukrainian drone methodically scanning buildings in search of the enemy. In one of the houses, the operator spots a Russian occupier sitting inside. Within seconds, the drone locks onto the target and delivers a precise strike, instantly neutralizing it. Footage from the Ukrainian front, filmed in the Pokrovska direction, has been released by the 1st Operational Battalion of the 4th Rubezh Rapid Response Brigade of Ukraine's National Guard. The video shows a Ukrainian soldier sitting in the backseat of a buggy, talking with a comrade in the front. Suddenly, an enemy FPV drone flies past at extremely close range. The soldier's reaction is lightning fast. He dodges the incoming drone almost like a scene from The Matrix. The drone whizzes by and detonates in the trees, missing its intended target. This footage shows a Ukrainian MiG-29 in action, armed with GBU-62 bombs, targeting concentrations of enemy assault groups. The pilot, callsign Airfighter, carries out a combat sortie. The fighter jets onto its attack course, takes aim, and delivers a pinpoint strike. Explosions engulf enemy positions, showcasing the exceptional precision and skill of the Ukrainian Air Force. This footage captures a rare and almost unbelievable incident. A Ukrainian FPV drone targets a Russian soldier, slamming into him. But surprisingly, the explosive charge does not detonate and the drone ricochets away. However, the occupier decides to act on his own. Instead of leaving the dangerous device, he picks it up, intending to carry it away. Fate, however, offered no second chances. This time, the explosion did occur. Ukrainian FPV drone burst into a Russian military shelter like an uninvited guest. Maneuvering with high precision, it enters directly through a window. Inside, several Russian soldiers spot the drone and try to dodge, but in vain. The strike hits its target. This time, the footage captures a Ukrainian FPV drone spotting Russian occupiers in a Bukhanka van driving along a forest road. Suddenly, the vehicle stops and the soldiers jump out, scattering in all directions like cockroaches in the light. But the fiber optic guided drone, armed with a fragmentation charge, doesn't let them escape, chasing down both the soldiers and the Bukhanka itself. Ukrainian fighters of the Black Raven unit and FPV drone operators spotted a Russian BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launcher. Before it could fire, the drone struck, turning the enemy vehicle into a fiery spectacle and completely destroying it. This time, the Black Raven operators clearly knew how to entertain the occupiers on their day off. In this footage, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone spots an unusual target, a Russian occupier riding an electric scooter down an empty road, as if cruising through a park, completely unaware of the danger. An FPV drone begins the chase, steadily closing the distance. Suddenly, it accelerates sharply and delivers a precise strike to the head, instantly eliminating the target. We cannot show the full impact here. If you want to know where to watch the complete video, stay tuned until the end and we'll tell you how to find it. Bryansk region, fighters of the Panama Group from the 1st Separate Territorial Defense Brigade brought some action to the Russians. Using fiber optic guided FPV drones, they located a camouflaged enemy artillery piece. A few precise maneuvers later, a strike destroyed the gun, leaving the occupiers without their artillery. New footage from the Ukrainian front has emerged, filmed in the Kostiantynivka direction by fighters of the A Special Operations Center. The video shows fiber optic guided FPV drone operators methodically scanning enemy positions, detecting camouflaged Russian equipment. Every target spotted is swiftly locked on. A series of precise strikes destroyed a Bukanka van, a civilian car, 2 motorcycles, an artillery gun, an armored combat vehicle, and a 2-as-1 Gvozdika self-propelled howitzer. This footage clearly demonstrates how effectively Ukrainian drone operators strip the enemy of equipment and resources right on the front line. The footage shows a Russian occupier desperately trying to find shelter to save his life. At first, he disappears into dense tree cover, then re-emerges without his outer clothing or even a shirt. Moments later, holding an assault rifle, he heads back into the trees, this time toward a different spot. But the hunt is relentless. A Ukrainian FPV drone is closing in. As the occupier kneels down, head lowered to the ground, the drone delivers a precise strike, eliminating him. This footage shows a Russian military vehicle accompanied by a group of assault troops moving to attack Ukrainian positions. However, they are met by Ukrainian FPV drones striking from multiple directions and hitting the target. The Ivan-Franko group operates across its entire sector around Pokrovsk, striking up to 50 kilometers deep. This footage captures recent eliminations of assault groups near Malinivka, as well as significant logistical strikes in Hornyak. They destroy enemy infantry at ranges of up to 5 kilometers and heavy equipment at distances of up to 40 kilometers, regardless of the type or priority of the target. Friends, subscribe to the channel to see new footage from the Ukrainian front. Hit the notification bell and give this video a like. Fresh footage from the operators of the K2 Battalion of Unmanned Ground Systems. The video shows a Ukrainian drone with remote detonation tracking down and striking a Russian serviceman who had let his guard down on the Seversk sector of the front. The hit was swift and precise. The enemy never even realized he was being watched. This Russian soldier was left without a weapon, without a helmet, and without body armor, face to face with a Ukrainian FPV drone. At one point, he decided to go all in and try to attack the drone with his bare hands, but the outcome was obvious. A powerful explosion ended his attempt. This time, the footage again shows a lone Russian soldier attempting to attack a Ukrainian FPV drone, now with a weapon in hand. But it doesn't save him. The attempt fails, and the target is eliminated with a precise strike. An attention test from Ukraine's FPV trio failed spectacularly by the occupiers. Pilots of the 3rd Assault Brigade, Fatum, from the Anti-Tank Battalion unleashed a series of precision strikes on the Kharkiv sector. First, they cut through enemy supply routes near Vadiv, destroying Russian cars and an enemy buggy. Next, they targeted heavy equipment, eliminating a camouflaged tank and a self-propelled artillery system. The operation ended with a decisive strike on a Russian group hiding in ambush. A complete factory reset for the occupiers, once again proving that Fatum's FPV aces leave no target unchecked. Pokrovska sector of the front, Donetsk region. These are fresh visuals from the drone operators of the 414th UAV Brigade, Birds of Madyar. At the start of the footage, a Ukrainian FPV drone slowly follows its route, scanning the dense forest for enemy movement. The drone's camera catches a silhouette, a Russian occupier lying between the trees, trying to stay hidden, but this moment marks the beginning of his end. The operator instantly switches the drone to attack mode. The occupier, in panic, raises his rifle and tries to take aim, but he has no chance. The drone is simply too fast. Within seconds, a precise strike hits the target, a bright flash follows, and the threat is eliminated. This footage is a clear reminder. In the forests of Donbass, you might hide from human eyes, but never from the all-seeing eye of Ukrainian FPV drones. Kostiantynivka sector of the front. This footage captures the work of the Phoenix Border Detachment. An FPV drone locks onto and strikes a Russian BM-21 Grad launcher, turning it, along with two nearby occupiers, into dust. But the operation didn't end there. On the same day, Phoenix fighters destroyed 4 more enemy BMP infantry fighting vehicles, one of which caught fire and burned out completely. These strikes are yet another proof that Ukrainian drones can shift the balance on the battlefield in a matter of minutes. This footage shows a Russian occupier who decided to take a break in the shade of a tree in the middle of an empty field. Apparently, he believed no one would find him there. No people, no vehicles around, only heat and silence. But Ukrainian FPV drones had already surrounded him. The first drone moves in for the attack, rapidly closing the distance and delivering a powerful strike, throwing the target into chaos. But it doesn't end there. Within seconds, 2 more FPV drones appear in the frame. One of them, carefully aligning its trajectory, closes in and lands a precise hit directly to the head, finishing the enemy. This operation is yet another reminder. There are no safe places on the battlefield. Even the shade of a lone tree in the middle of a field can turn into a deadly trap when Ukrainian drones are hunting you. 2 for the price of 1, that's the best way to describe this footage. 2 Russian soldiers are moving across the area when a special delivery arrives from above. A Ukrainian FPV drone drops a so-called first aid kit, but with lethal contents. The explosion instantly takes out both targets at once. The footage comes from the 3rd Operational Brigade Spartan of Ukraine's National Guard. When Ukrainian fighters take an interest in a specific enemy logistics route, it's always a bad sign for the occupiers. In practice, it means movement along that road will be shut down for days, and anyone who dares to break this unofficial curfew will pay with their life. That's exactly what happened this time. The IFG GRU, operating in the Pokrovska sector, carried out a precise yet devastating operation. Using FPV drones and strike assets, they methodically targeted enemy traffic, destroying around 15 Russian vehicles in a single combat sortie, from cars and SUVs to supply trucks. Each target was taken out swiftly, leaving no chance for survival. By the end of the day, a route that had been used in the morning for moving troops and supplies had turned into a graveyard of enemy equipment. For Russian forces, this means one thing: the road will remain empty for a long time, now under complete Ukrainian control. Friends, that brings today's video to an end. Thank you for watching it all the way through. It really means a lot to us. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when new content is released. We have plenty of fresh and exclusive footage from the Ukrainian front coming up, and you definitely won't want to miss it. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions help us grow the channel and continue showing the truth.